So, the Festival of Speed 2021 is now finished. We've got all the cars safely back in the workshop. So thanks to Paul Grimshaw Vehicle Movements for moving all the cars for us. And as you can see, our job now is to get the cars all cleaned down, and then we'll do a job list on each of the cars and go through them and get them prepared then for the next event that they will do. Great team effort by everybody at the festival this year. We had 6 cars running on the hill, 7 cars running on the rally stage. All the team did a fantastic job, so I'd just like a big thank you to them, and obviously all the customers that we took to the event this year. So great event, and we look forward to the next one. So one of the highlights for me at the Festival of Speed this year was to drive the Pikes Peak Fiesta. A lot of you that follow us will have seen this car before, but it was an absolute treat for me to drive it for the owner, Steve Rimmer, on the hill. The target for me was to get into the final top 10 shootout on Sunday, which was shown live on TV. That's exactly what we achieved. That's what we wanted to do for the car, because it just gives it you know, a really great exposure, gives it good provenance for the future. Wonderful car to drive. I mean, it really is a beast of a thing, and it does actually feel quite big when you drive in the car, because you've obviously got the big splitter and end plates on the front and the big wing on the rear, and it was the one thing that I was a little bit wary of, because the seat is quite a long way back in the car and you sit quite low, so you can really only see, you know, from the top of to the top of the dash. And if you look here, this was the very last corner. I just touched the bails, just brushed them. Some people would say it's perfection, but I would say it was probably a little bit lucky. It's just one of those cars that's just difficult to judge the width, especially when you're only driving it for, you know, just under a minute per run, which is what I did, you know, 4 times over the weekend. But no, massive thanks to Steve for allowing me to drive it. It was an absolute pleasure. So one of the other great things about being at the Festival of Speed is there are always drivers that turn up that are willing to drive cars that we got there. This year was no exception. We had Jimmy McRae came to drive the car at the rally stage. Travis Pastrana was also one of the other drivers that we were fortunate to have in our cars. Travis had never actually been around the rally stage before, so on Thursday afternoon Jimmy took him out in this car to show him where the rally stage goes and show him the ropes. And then Steve Rimmer, who owns the car, was lucky enough to have a couple of rides with Travis over the weekend, as was Max Girardo, who owns the Subaru WRC 97 car. We got Travis to drive that car, and Max went round with Travis as a passenger. So it's a real thrill for the owners, not just the spectators. It's a real thrill for the owners as well. So this is a typical example of when we come back after Goodwood, especially when it's been wet. We've got 7 or 8 rally cars that are in this condition. So they are literally up in the air on stands, all the wheels and the guards off the car, bumpers off, although Kevin, who owns the car and drove it, managed to take the bumpers off himself at Goodwood. But the actual clean down now is massive. It takes a long time to clean them, and it's really important that we get all the mud off the cars, because otherwise it just bakes on and you can't really see what you're doing when you re-prepare the car. Dean, give us a wave. bless him, absolutely filthy dirty, but it is part of the job.